Today, I'm working on a 1979 Cadillac Eldorado. Picked her up last fall. Been sitting here since. It's a nice day out. Get the snow melted off of her. So I figured it's time to start tinkering with it. It's in pretty decent shape. Not all rotted out. I know there is one spot on the frame under the driver's seat that needs a little fixing, but that's all right. She's got a Olds 350 fuel injected in her. Guess that was 1979 only for these. So I think that's pretty neat. The keys and title were lost in a house fire. And it's really not in that good a shape, but it's decent. A bunch of worthless junk off the motor here. Went and bought me a new jump pack. And see what this thing does. At least get the trunk open, but we'll see if anything works when you turn the ignition. Yeah. I got everything all tore apart. So that sucks. Yeah. Took care of that problem. Let's see what's in here. Not much. Got the old radio. Floor's pretty mint. The heck, where's the spare? Well, got the old fuel injected intake off. Throw a carburetor on this thing. There's absolutely no coolant in it. Radiator must be junk. Hopefully they didn't run it that way. I figured I better, before I go any further here, check and make sure this thing even turns over. Alrighty, so that first part of that video was recorded over 2 years ago. I just haven't really gone back to it. So she's gotten pushed and pulled all over the yard. The past few years, I've periodically made sure the motor still turned over. And it is time to get back on her. Well, yeah, I've grabbed the crank pulley there and just turned it over just a little bit. And every once in a while, make sure she's good. Spray some lube down the cylinders. I had to spray steel the brake booster off of her for the race car, the wagon. But not real worried about that right now. I've had parts for sale, you know, for 2 years now too, and the only thing I've sold was the intake, the fuel injection, and the distributor and controller for that, because somebody had a project they were working on. So if you need any parts, let me know. Somebody was real interested in the gas tank. When I finally got pulled out, they never showed up. Yeah, still got all the lights and all the pieces I took off in that first part of the video and whatever else on here. But I finally got my cut off front stub from like an 83 Tornado that I had sitting down there like 4 years ago. And then like 3 years ago, I scrapped the rest of the car because it was so rusty and saved this. So I have all sorts of spare parts. Junk 307 in her, but I'm going to take the intake off of this and the distributor, put her on the 350 in there, and hopefully finally see her running and driving. junk, so we choose the easy way. Nice soaking wet intake. That's fine. D-tent cable. This one's an overdrive tranny, and that one in there is just a good old 3-speed. But I assume they should be very similar. Yeah, this one ain't gonna work like it did for junkyard digs. Yeah, it's junk. Wonder what's living in here. I don't even. Ain't even finding bolt hole heads. Where the old intake. There's one. As expected, the distributor is seized into the block, so let's give her some juice. Try to let that work on her for a little bit. Oh, getting there. Not making a whole lot of progress on the old Dizzy here. Dang. It's also 100 degrees out here today, so perfect day to be doing this. I really don't think this is gonna come out. It's got a bunch of aluminum dust in there anyway. Disintegration. Sure I can get a nice cheap one online with wires for like $100. Yeah, I don't know. I think all the bolts are out of the intake, so that should be able to come off now. I'm sure this is probably gonna be nice and welded together too. Like we got something happening maybe. There we go. Got a hose clamp. Wow, it even unscrews. There we go. Distributor would come out of there. There we go. Got us a carbureted Oldsmobile intake now. Minty. This thing is pretty damn heavy. And why do we have to be tapped into the coolant passages in 5 different locations here? That one's a big one for the heater core hose. Whatever. And can anybody tell me what the heck them things are for? I seen that 10 years ago in one of these, my last 307 Derby car. I had trouble getting the run worth of shit. Drop her down in the comment, let me know. But we'll get this cleaned up and ready to slap on the 350. So I pulled them out of there. They don't make no sense to me. Like, them are straight through. So why would you just want to be pouring fuel straight into the exhaust crossover? I don't get that at all. I'm going to cut these down and weld something on there and block them off and put them back in. Should be much gooder. Put some bolts in these and got them welded in. Got them plugged off now. Get this one in and she should be ready to buck. Alrighty, I got her halfway pushed in the garage here so I can finally get this intake slapped on. And all it's been doing is freaking raining. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by getting this all cleaned up and go from there. Got her pretty well cleaned up. I think we'll give her some of the good juice here. Just, you know, it's been sitting like this for a while, so. I'll probably end up making sure it runs and then draining the oil right away. Because who knows what's all in here now. Yeah. Gave her a few rotations here. Found my top dead center, or my timing line, marked that. I was watching this #1 cylinder here. It should be compression stroke right now. Both of them are closed. I don't know what's going on there. That lifter's not going down in there as far as the other ones are, but. Alright, I guess we'll slap the intake on for the best here. Gonna lay down a little silicone and get that gasket on here. Some Molly J7 came with her. Still kind of weird to me about how these, you know, take metal gaskets. You know, you're sealing a metal on metal surface. I don't, you know, it's crazy how it works, but it does, so whatever. Oh, there, it looks like that's in there. Is this big old heavy sound bitch back on, or on there? Give me a freaking hernia. There we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna take my little impact driver here and run them down. Work from the middle out. And that should probably be about perfect tightness. Torque to spec, you know. Now we still need a distributor. I think Speedway has one for like $70, so we'll probably go that route. Let's see how the oil is doing in this thing. Dark and full. I've definitely put plenty of oil down them lifters and cam there in the past 3 years, so I'm sure it's probably gonna be a little overfull, but that's fine. Now it's actually been 3 years since this video started. Almost exactly 3 years in this same spot. When we left off, I just pushed her from there to here. And she sat there since, you know, and then, I don't know. Never had any money in the fall for a distributor. I finally ordered it in December, and then it's been ice racing season. Ice racing's over, but we're supposed to get like over a foot of snow tonight. So I think it's a great time to get her pushed in, and then next week, maybe it'll run and drive. Alrighty, got her in here. It's really cold out. It's supposed to be below 0 tonight. So I was lacking ambition, but I got her pretty tolerably warm in here now. So we might as well throw in our Speedway Chinesium HEI Distributor. Just a little confused because the vacuum advance is on the driver's side. Or it wouldn't make sense. Like, you could put it in this way, but then that'd be pointing towards the firewall, which I guess would be fine. I seen one picture of it in one in like this, but I don't know. I guess it don't really matter. I just gotta figure out which way it turns, spins. Well, we'll just try her this way. I guess, I don't know. It'll fit just fine that way. I'm gonna go. No. Yeah. She dropped in even to the oil pump. We put one right behind that. That should work. I'm gonna get some juice here so we can spin her over a little bit. I already figured out this should be our starter wire. No. Guess we didn't have enough groundage going on. So she spins the opposite way of the Chevrolet. Okay. Got the lightning hoses hooked up after having to go back and do it again because I did them in the wrong rotation, like a Chevrolet. Got the old Holly 500 here from the ice racer that I got from Brandon Distal. No, that's a good carburetor, so bolt her on, give her some fuel, and see what she does. Holly's on. Just got to tighten down the old distributor just a little bit here. And plug some holes and give her some fuel and see if she will run for the first time in approximately 14 years. The tranny cooler line's wrapped. Checked on the old oil. She's smells like varnish and pretty light, pretty runny. Just want to make sure she runs. Not going to run her lawn on that. Got our sweet little gas tank set up here. I believe I dumped a bunch of two-stroke oil down on the cam, but you know. Here we go. Fire in the hole. There we got fuel. Just got to wire it around right to the distributor. Let's hook that up. Find my trigger wire. Haha, there she goes. Oh, now the starter just started out there. That's freaking cute. Ugh. Oh, wow. Really? Come on, man. You can do that. That's lame. You hear it? Come on, it's not sure that drive is all dirty. She's sticky and yeah. Come on, bro. We just want to see if you run, you turd. You can't do it. Love the sparks by the gas. Oh God. What the fudgesicles? So I've hooked up a battery. Put that on there to check to make sure we have spark. Blew the turbo heater on it for a little bit because it's real cold. Let's bring the thunder. Got spark. He's thinking about it. Too advanced. Oh, she wants to. She getting tight on me? Now she's spitting some feel on the complicator. Still got some feel in there. Maybe our battery's going dead. Okay, let's try this again. Hey, it runs. Not sure what that was there at the end. Thought I had her in park, but apparently she didn't reverse. Tried to go backwards. Got tranny fluid flowing. Oh, bye. Alright, I put some clamps on that tranny lines. Put the last little bit of gas I had in her because I just want to hear it run a little bit more, you know, just because it runs now, so I'm excited. Also, I believe it's definitely in park now. Alright, not sure why it's popping through the carb, but she definitely runs. I want to see if some other 4 3/4 wheels will fit on her so I can get her rolled up onto the lift so I haven't actually been underneath this thing. Then I can drop the oil. Now that's sexy. That's pretty sexy right there. Woohoo! Got her rolled up to the lift. Okay, let's check her out. I know there's a bad side spot on the frame on the driver's side when I got it. Oh, that's pretty bad, but we'll patch her up, no big deal. No wonder why she's so quiet, still got exhaust. Oh, we even had some new brake lines to the rear. The floor's kind of there, mostly there actually. These things are interesting. Yeah, plenty good for what we're gonna do with her. It's probably just gonna get cut off back here anyway. Oh, got them good air shocks. Neat, neat. Oh, 4-wheel disc brakes, baby. Check that out. Well, let's see what we got. Oh, water, that's not good. Nah, not too bad. Very thin. Got a bunch of old 30 weight here that was for free from Distal. So we'll dump that in there. She might have some good old dinosaur vitamins that protect the old camel a little bit better than any new shit. So yeah, it's definitely better than what's in there. Might as well put a little Lucas in or two. Yeah, about. Alright, Newport lent me a clicky-clacky inline electric fuel pump. I'm assuming you could probably just put a manual one in there, mechanical one. But I want to hear her run a little longer here. Got some gas here, got our gas tank, you know. Can't let her run too long though. I just cycle water through it, but it's still too cold for that, so. Well, here we go. Ignition switch on. Twist the wires. that it's in reverse is probably not helping the situation. She wants to. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wow, the problem was I wasn't actually picking up feel just a little bit. Still not sure what that's all about, but hey, she's a runner. Found some loose sparkulators. It's probably part of our problem. In fact, 5 of them were very loose. I wonder if I pulled them out and put lube down the cylinders and for some reason never tightened them back up. Bet you she runs better now. Got my power wires, starter wire, power to the distributor wire in here, and the fuel line ran in here. So she's getting close to be able to drive on out of here. So let's hook her up here and see how she runs with the spark plugs all tight. It is much nicer out today. It's supposed to be 70 this afternoon. So it'd be really nice to drive this thing out of here. Gotta figure out some things though. I'd really like some sort of brakes. I'm trying to find the rod that I had in the pure stock before I put the brake booster in, because I could at least have some manual brakes. I guess that's not that important, but I need to figure out a gas pedal setup yet. So yeah, she shall drive out of here today. I got to get the wagon in. Race season's coming. Got us some throttle. Some stuff I had laying around here. Perfect. Got some tranny fluid in her. Did find this rod I've been looking for. So I'm gonna put that about there. Drill a couple holes, put a couple bolts in her. Hook this up to the brake pedal and see if we got any brakes. All right, we got some brakes hooked up. Got the rod just going up to the back of the master cylinder there. Drill 2 holes. Well, we got a nice manual brake setup, but now I need to go get some fluid. That's not good. I highly doubt they're gonna work, but maybe a little something. Filled up with brake fluid, pumped there a bunch. Doesn't feel like we're gonna have any brakes, but here we go. See if she'll drive out of here. It does actually have a little bit of brakes, but it does need some power steering fluid. Forgot about that. Fill that up and get after it. Yeah, and some coolant would be nice in a radiator, you know, but that's fine. It appears the old pressure power steering hose has got a leak to her, but you know, whatever. Got some more fluid in her. Try again. I guess once I get well, she runs and she drives for the first time in 14 years. Tranny works real good. The popping through the intake's got to be at least one stuck intake valve, but we'll see if we can get that cleared up. Yeah, let her sit for a little while now, get the old pure stock out, and we'll get back to this thing later on. Actually get some coolant in her and such, and we'll have to make sure you subscribe and see what we end up doing with her. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment also.